I'm not yet in flow state. I can't speak. Where's the words? Where's the word? Hello, lovely people. Welcome. If not, welcome back to Anita to Inspire. Yay! Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is me becoming the girl I doom scroll to find. Yes, that means all things that I spent years looking for, I am going to freely give on this page as I walk this journey of life with you. We live, love, and inspire on this channel. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you think that fits your fancy. Being ambitious, being dreamers, multi-passionate, things regarding STEM, school, uni life, all those things are found here. Today we are doing a multiple series, so I'm going to class with y'all. I've taken my notes and I am ready to help all my university people. So if you know that you are going to UBC Okanagan to be specific, feel free to hit that like button right now because we are going to be going through a series of things you need to know. I'm going to have guests come in and share their experience. We're going to share tips, tricks, resources that you are going to need to thrive in your first year, in your transfer year, in your global exchange year. Regardless, if you are going to be experiencing UBC, this is for you. Today, we're going to be discussing the things you need to know if you are going to be living on residence as a first year at UBC Okanagan. Now, I want you to remember, this is UBC Okanagan. It does not relate to UBC Vancouver. There's a lot of content and days in my lives and vlogs from different students from UBC, but I realize we don't have a lot of representation as UBCO on YouTube, so I'm here to be your resourceful guide. And keep in mind, I'm not speaking this only out of experience. I realize I am a student ambassador, so I do this on a regular basis. Like I do this almost every week, sharing resources and things that are on campus that incoming students do not know. And I realized, why don't I do that for the people who are on the other side of this screen, for the fam who's looking for resources but can't find them? Because I know I had only one person who I found who was able to share a little bit of these resources, but they were also not in depth as much. So I am here to put you on. Okay, I was living on campus in my first year, but also I have done campus tours for as long as I can remember. So let's get into it, okay? Number one on the list, you are going to be on a mandatory meal plan if you are in first year, incoming straight from high school, and you are going to live on residence. If you subscribe to those three eligibility requirements, you are going to be on a mandatory meal plan. What does that mean? You are required to eat from the dining hall on campus. We have one dining hall, large dining hall, so you are going to be having your regular meals in there. Then you ask me, do I have to always eat from there? You don't have to. You can also purchase your own meals or cook, but you are going to be spending a lot of money for nothing. There's a lot of variety at this dining hall. It's called Pritchard, and essentially at Pritchard it's a buffet system. It's all you can eat. That means when you enter the space, you can eat as much as you like for as long as you like. You can eat 6 plates of the same thing. You can eat 8 plates of so many different things, and no one is going to tell you anything. And I think that's really convenient for students who are incoming into Kelowna for the first time ever. Number 2, coming straight to university from high school. I've never experienced living alone. The cooking aspect is not your specialty. You are much more likely to be a regular customer of Pritchard. Now, hear me out. Again, you don't have to always eat there. If you have your money, you can go. And also, you have a convenient plan as a student. So that means that you get $200 free on your UBC convenience plan card. So that means that you get to spend that money at any food place that accepts that money. They always indicate UBC Flex dollars. So you can always use that money anywhere there. It's always on your student ID. Like you can get pizza, you can go to ice cream downtown, you can go anywhere they really accept them. Like it's free money if you think about it like that. I used all my money in the first couple of months, especially because I figured it out then. But before that, I realized that so many students didn't know they had it. We pay for it in the beginning when you're registering, but you don't really remember that it's individual, like it's on your student ID and you can just tap your student ID anywhere. We also have a lot of food places on campus. We have Tim's, we have Starbucks, we have Tim's is Tim Hortons. It's more of a Canadian thing. We have like a Comma Cafe, we have Rocket, we have, I think that's everything that I can mention right now that we have as a food place, but you can use that money there. However, I do highly recommend you prepare some late night snacks or like some little noodles to get you going throughout the night, because the dining hall does close. So it closes at 10 p.m. So if you miss that 10 p.m., you miss dinner basically. And that means that you are gonna have to find a place to eat. So I personally recommend you get your little snacks in your room, like you have your little foodstuffs that you can make for yourself if you are maybe not able to go to Pritchard, or maybe it's closed, or maybe it's early in the morning, you can always have that. So I highly recommend bringing your own snacks. I do not think that you will starve, but also think about those things as you come. 2, on our campus, UBC Okanagan, you are not going to have a roommate, ever. Regardless of which style of residence you're going to live in, you're not going to have a roommate. Now, hear me out. You're going to say, you're lying. They, on the preference list when I was applying, they said that you're going to have a roommate, and is that okay? That's not a roommate. That is a bathroom mate. And that is for the people in the single connected style building. So they're like 2 rooms, and then they share a bathroom in the middle. Everyone has their own door to the bathroom, and you can lock the other person's door if you're using the bathroom, and they can lock your door if they're using the bathroom. And so essentially you are not in a bedroom with anyone. So your bed, it's your own space, typically the same size among all the styles of buildings that we have. We also have a quad setting, 4 people, 2 bathrooms. So 2 people share a bathroom, 2 people share a bathroom. But we also have one building shared that has the shared washroom. So if you are in that building, it's called SIMI. So if you saw it, it's called a single traditional room if you're applying. And essentially it has your own room, your own space, but then you share a washroom, a gendered washroom on a floor. So you share with your whole floor that washroom. Essentially, pretty convenient if you don't want to clean up after yourself. I definitely don't understand that theory. Like, how would you prefer to share a bathroom with like the whole community because you don't want to clean up? But anyway, the point is, for the other one, the single connected, you have to bring your own cleaning supplies. And I highly recommend you bring your cleaning supplies and you have good communication. They always put steps in place for you to always communicate with your roommate on things like that, because you have to discuss the cleaning schedule, the cleaning supplies, the rotation of who purchases the supplies and all that. So yeah, bring your own cleaning supplies if you are going to be in that single connected, right? A nice bleach, glass mirror cleaner, a nice, multi-purpose cleaner, things like that to keep you going. Number 3, winter clothes. Now, this is for my international students that are coming and are not exposed to Canadian weather or even Kelowna weather in general. I would say that I've seen a trend where students bring a lot of winter clothes that they don't wear. Like, they end up not wearing at all. First of all, because the fashion sense is completely different. Like, the winter clothes you assume you're going to bring that are going to be good, you're gonna come here and you're gonna feel like, this is such an ugly jacket, I'm never gonna wear it in public, because of the context. So if you're not exposed to Canadian fashion, I highly recommend you save up that money and come purchase those winter clothes here, those winter jackets. It is a bit on the expensive side, but let me tell you, you only need one extremely large winter jacket, and then all the other things like the winter shirts and like the warmers, those are nitty-gritty things that you can buy even though you are not here really. But you only need one high quality jacket to make you through. And let me tell you, if you're living on campus, it's gonna be really hard for you to use that jacket every day. Why? Because the proximity of the buildings to campus, so easy. Our buildings are so close to each other. It's like a 3 to 5 minute walk. Worst case scenario, you are going to be walking for 7 minutes to get to class, and that does not freeze you to death. Like, even though it's snowing too bad, like, you just need a regular jacket. And I'm trying to tell you guys, like, come and do a needs assessment in terms of winter clothes, like winter fashion, like what shoes. Get yourself a pair of winter boots for sure. Like, you never know when the snow could go haywire, right? But don't buy 7 pairs of winter boots because it's not snowing every single day. Like, this is not Calgary. This is Kelowna, one of the driest winter weather. So, like, it gets pretty cold, but not soggy. I've not seen it that heavy yet. Like, I've seen it heavy enough for you to put on winter boots, but not heavy enough for you to need winter boots the whole month. It has not been that bad. So jackets, come and look at the fashion before you stock up like a whole year's worth of clothes, because you might never wear them. You might feel embarrassed, you might feel out of place. But also get some good basics, like ground yourself with some warmer sweaters, like some warmer jeans, some warmer socks, so that at least you're not coming empty-handed and like buying expensive stuff that you think are good. So also look at it like that, but don't get too much, because it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And I'm not speaking like this because I'm Canadianized. No, guys. I'm actually genuine. It's not that bad. Like, it's fine. Okay. Another tip, and I wish I used it. I think it's a really good one. Like, if I really wanted the role, I would have done that, is to go to resident advisor events. So resident advisors are, well, for short, RAs. They essentially are older students, you know, usually second year and above, and they are like your dorm supervisors, but not necessarily like there to keep you, to wake you up. They don't do all of that. They're just there to ensure that everyone gets resources that they need. They host events. They just facilitate the well-being of the residents in that building. So every floor has one, every floor of the building. And essentially, they host a lot of events, like community building events. And I recommend, if you want to be an RA in the future or resident advisor in second year, it is a highly coveted job on any campus that I've heard of, any campus that I've heard. It doesn't have to be UBCO. It's highly coveted. So if you want to kind of ground yourself, start having interactions with those RAs. It's a great job. Great number. I don't know which number this is, but this is a major tip that kind of ties into the winter clothes one. But the major thing is, do not buy everything at once, guys. You need to conduct a needs assessment, because the space that we have on residence is not like, it's not an apartment, right? I've seen so many people have a lot of clutter in their rooms because they were over prepared, like they overpacked and they over assumed, you know, people carrying like fridges and like, and I guess if you want a fridge, I think it's highly recommended due to your lifestyle. Like, if your lifestyle requires you to have like beverages and like cold drinks and like all these things, so I'll look towards like international students. Like, if you've never been exposed to the culture here, first come and see what you need as a person and look at your lifestyle and how you are going to live on campus, and then determine your needs as you go. Like, save up the money so that you buy the things you actually need. Okay, like for example, one of the things that they always say, oh, bring a mattress topper. Not everyone finds that bed uncomfortable. I personally, maybe because I'm more of a ghetto girl, I did not find the bed uncomfortable at all, like in terms of the top. Maybe some beds were, but mine was fine. Like, I didn't buy a mattress topper. I didn't buy a fridge. I'm not really that kind of person. Like, I had my little drinks, like my juice boxes, but I was fine without a fridge. Like, you can go grab ice from the dining hall. The thing is, when I moved in with nothing. Like, my case had clothes. I was literally like an international student, but I was coming from Vancouver. And that's essentially because I didn't shop. Like, I didn't have time for shopping. The summer before, I was not here. I was back home in Uganda. So I came here 3 days in, flying to Kelowna for school. So I did all my shopping, well, a day before, like at home in van. Then I flew here, and then my packages were here, like my packages with my bedding, necessities, my soap, my toothbrush, my toothpaste, all those things. I found them here. So I had only the necessities, and then I started buying things as I went, like organizers, you know, or like things like to put in the bathroom, or like bathroom hooks, or things like that. All those things I highly recommend. You might have a Pinterest board that you know there's things you must get, but when it comes to other things, come and create a needs assessment. I don't know if that's a tip that might work for everyone. Some people like to do things all at once, and they're already exposed, and they've taken a campus tour, so they know the size of the bed, the size of the room. But for us who are not informed, I highly recommend come and identify your lifestyle, and then buy the things that you need. It will save you money, but it will also save you space, and be like, you'll feel like you've bought things that are necessary to the space that you're in. Yeah, full-size mirrors. There's some people who bought mirrors that were too big for their rooms, things like that. Or even paintings or designs or extra organizers that sometimes you don't even have where to put. Okay, so look at that before you buy those things. Last thing for this video, and I will encourage all residents to create a cleaning system, a cleaning routine that works for you. Yes, when you have just come into university, you feel like you're on schedule, you're on time, you're all clean because you're in a new space and the workload is not yet that crazy, so you're still in the dream life. But in first year, I think it's the most overwhelming time academic wise, because you are trying things for the first time, exams for the first time, finals for the first time, assignments for the first time. Things pile up and you are panicked all the time, especially during the middle of the term and during second term. And we see people come on an all-time high, and then their habits, their routines, their ways of life just go into a slump because they did not create a system early on. I remember when I came to uni, I had a routine that I had, like the time I wake up, I used to do general thorough cleaning every Saturday in the morning, and I put it in my calendar. And because of that, at least I had ingrained that habit before time was crazy, that even when time was crazy, my room wasn't that messy. My cleaning was still on check. Like, obviously I would have some days where it would be hard, but at least it was easier in a sense compared to the times when I would hear many people struggle. Oh, I haven't even had time to clean my room. Oh, I'm just in a very depressing space and I haven't done my laundry. Things like that. You wouldn't want to be doing your laundry because you've run out of underwear at 2 a.m. when you have an exam the next day. Things like that, I feel like they happen, and those are things we don't talk about, but they do happen, and it is highly recommended that I personally recommend it that in your first year, plan like someone who has things to do. Because I know in first year you don't, like in the first weeks you don't. But plan around your courses, plan and create a routine that works. Like, know that when do I do my general cleaning? When do I do my laundry? Mandatorily every Sunday I'm going to do my laundry. Mandatorily every Saturday at 4 I'm going to do a general cleaning. I'm going to fold my laundry. I'm going to vacuum my room, because those are things, I guess, if you're not raised from a space that you've not grown up with that honoring of a cleaning standard, this might not apply to you, might not even care. But for those who care and for those who feel overwhelmed with living in an untidy space, that is something that I found really helpful. But that was it for this video. If you are interested in more of these, I am creating a series, so you might see me in the same outfit. I'm just creating these resources as much as I can right now because I know it is application season. People have been admitted. People are seeing themselves in universities. And I thought that this would be a great resource for anyone out there who is coming to UBC Okanagan as a resident. Super excited to have you here. It is a great experience. It is a much more tight-knit community compared to bigger universities, but it has a great leeway towards opportunities and getting involved and getting engaged and things like that. So I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and stay inspired.